How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going over 5 realism mechanics in Vayne that you need to know. As always, hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get right into it. Alright, so first off, you want to make sure that you're wearing the proper clothing during the right time of year. So for example, over here, you go over to your exercises. You can do jumping jacks, right? Get a little bit of fitness going on, but you want to make sure that you're checking your medical because you do have hyperthermia if you're wearing, for example, like I am now, a winter coat, winter pants, right vest, and a beanie. So you want to make sure that you're checking your stats at all times. Right now it is springtime, so it's pretty hot. As you can see, I have a thermometer showing 108 degrees Fahrenheit. That's actually my body. So that's pretty much what's contributing to the dampness of your clothing. You can check it over here as well. Hover over it, it'll show the wetness, 7%, and that'll actually carry over. Let's say you're working out during the winter time, that'll actually carry over into the winter time, and you can actually freeze to death at night if you don't take off your clothing and dry it out. So always be aware of that. Like I said, check the dampness whenever you're working out, especially cutting wood if you're building bases. And you can actually overheat during winter. But for example, I'm during springtime, so I just thought I'd show you for an example right now. But as always, just check your temperature, make sure you're wearing the proper clothing, and you should be good to go. So if you're here in Dannemora, you will find these battery chargers right here. These are really great because once the power goes out, you have to do different thing and build battery chargers and all that. But if the power is thrown, if you're fortunate early in the game, you can go and get these. Let's say I want to get this flashlight, for example, and put in my utility belt. The battery is not here, but you can find batteries pretty much anywhere. You can go ahead and get this right here. You can go to insert battery and find the battery anywhere in your inventory. Let me find it here for you real quick. So here, as you can see, is 21%. So with that being 21%, that won't last you too long, especially if you're searching in the dark. So what you can do, remove the battery, find one of these battery chargers, open it. You might find some batteries in here. If not, just go ahead and place it in here. It is powered, so this will charge over time. It isn't too quick, but it is a pretty nice alternative to building a battery charger later on in game. Once it is charged, let's pretend it's at 100%. Go ahead and grab that, select it, put it back in your flashlight, and you're good to go. Alright, hopefully you find a good working vehicle. If you do find one, for example like this camper, or maybe you want to find a car or that nice sports car you can find every now and then, you can go inside and find out that it has no key. However, you can hotwire the car with a 5% chance of success. If you try and do that, let me do it right now, you will get a notification that shows that you failed to hotwire the engine, damaging the vehicle, but you were protected by your hazmat suit. But let's say you don't have a hazmat suit or gardening gloves or firefighter gloves, right? Let's say you're just naked, you barely started out. You can go back to the car. You will most likely see this notification right here. You try to hotwire that you failed to hotwire the ignition, shocking yourself and damaging the vehicle. So whenever you're here, make sure you have at least gardening gloves, those will work, or a hazmat suit, however you choose to approach it, but just know that you will take damage and damage a vehicle when you try to hotwire if you do not have protection. If you're hungry and you find a store with a bunch of food in it, right? You find a bunch of chips, different corn chips, all the good stuff. You can, spam eat if you're really hungry, if you're peckish. Start eating like crazy, go crazy with it, right? You will be full. However, you will be very tired and lethargic. So you want to make sure that you're not just spamming junk food, unless you take that trait, obviously, when you're starting the game, but you will gain weight over time. So you want to make sure you're checking your medical, make sure you're not eating too much junk food and processed food. You can actually work out to lose that weight, but over time you will gain weight, and that is not good because that will have negative debuffs on your character. So you want to make sure that you're not at 100%, you're at least from 50% or under. That'll make sure that you don't gain weight. It'll show in your character screen as well, so always be aware of that. And last but not least, Let's say you just got done fighting a bunch of zombies and your clothes are dirty. The dirtier your clothes are, the more it'll attract zombies from the smell. So for example, over here, you can check it under the dirtiness, 21% for these. My tank top's at 17%. So what you can do, if you find a washer and dryer combo, you can grab these, any of your clothes that are dirty, just basically grab them and drag them in. Literally, like I said, you can do anything. Once you have all these in here, just check the dirtiness. It isn't too fast, but if you find detergent, it makes it even faster. Let me just search it up here, grab this detergent, throw it in here. It'll ask how much you want to add. You can just hit max if you only have one, or just type it in, whatever you choose. Once that is in there, turn that on. As you can see, everything is working properly. So these will start cleaning over time, basically like real life. Once those are done, put them in the dryer, put them on, and you're good to go. That brings us to the end of the video. If you found anything helpful, as always, I appreciate everybody for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.